Together with Micol, we created Womco, with first solution that is really trying to elevate women's hormonal health and improve their symptoms through the power of personalized nutrition, combined with precision testing, consultations, and many other features that we are developing right now.
Anna and Micol are the two brilliant minds who make up 2/3 of the Womco founding team. Their groundbreaking food hormone connection app is revolutionizing the way women track and improve their hormonal health. Through their proprietary technology, they are able to analyze hormonal profiles and tailor recipes to specific menstrual cycles, phases, symptoms, metabolism, and lifestyle. Their work is backed by the accumulation of 20 years of scientific research, and it's already changing the lives of countless of women. Micol, with her biochemistry background, and former food blogger with a following of 30,000, is the inventor behind Womco. And Anna, the CEO of Womco, is the passionate advocate for sustainable food and cellular agriculture with an MBA in business sustainability. Join me today as we learn about these fantastic young founders and their journey into entrepreneurship and how they navigate their co-founder dynamic. Hey guys, and welcome to the Prototype podcast. Today we are joined with Womco with the founders Anna and Micol. Hey guys, how are you guys today?
Good.
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I am awesome. So I'm really happy to be speaking to you guys today. I've actually, ironically, been using the app just to see how I'd feel, and I've really been loving it. I think the first thing we should go straight ahead is just to talk about what Womco is and who you guys are.
Of course. So, Womco started from a personal story. We both struggled with hormone imbalances and many different symptoms for many years. We tried different methods, different contraception. We saw different doctors, gynecologists, dietitians. And basically, the thing that really worked for us to feel better as women, feel more energized, have less symptoms, was really changing our nutrition. And so that was game changing. And we decided that it shouldn't be something that women don't have access to. And so together with Micol, we created Womco, which is the first solution that is really trying to elevate women's hormonal health and improve their symptoms through the power of personalized nutrition, combined with precision testing, consultations, and many other features that we are developing right now. We launched the first version of Womco in March, which was a very basic free version to really test whether women were enjoying it and would use such a solution. And after a lot of great feedback and over 1,000 users, we realized that there is much more to be done. And so now we're working on our new product.
Okay, awesome. One thing I really noticed about Womco is the fact that you guys talk about yourself as a wellness based app. So do you consider Womco as more of a wellness movement and more than just an app?
So I think we both agree that we really see this as more than just an app. We're really trying to help women at any stage of their life, at any stage of their hormonal health, with any kinds of conditions or symptoms, feel better. So whether that's through nutrition only or nutrition and more supports like consultations or even getting tested, we're trying to obviously bring real solutions and real improvement to women. So we're a bit in between three kind of booming markets: personalized nutrition, femtech, and then healthcare. But we position ourselves as something that is really focusing on women's wellness, let's say, for women to feel better. But obviously, we kind of go a bit in these different sectors. We take a bit of everything to create this new solution. We work with some healthcare experts as well. So in that sense, we're not only focus on wellness. But this first version that we did was very much focused on wellness.
And regarding your question about creating a movement, I think we envision Womco as being a safe space for women, where women can actually be heard in a consultation, and where they find the support that they need. So it's not just an app; it's a safe space for women where they can go check their symptoms and really understand their body from a roots perspective, rather than having, as always, like the quick fix: take your painkillers or take contraceptions.
Okay, that's really, really cool. And just to go off of that, I'm really interested in both of you guys' relationship and how you went about actually meeting. I understand that you guys met through a venture program with your other co-founder as well. And I'm just wondering, like, how, because the way you talk about your friendship and how all of you guys have different personalities, but these somehow come together and create this perfect mix. How do you balance this friendship and this business life, and what are the challenges that you face in terms of these clashing personalities?
That's a great question, and thank you for noticing our synergy, because we always say we're co-founders, but first of all, we're friends. And I think our friendship makes our work relationship so special in different ways. First of all, I think we're there to support each other in a friend way. Like whenever we have a bad day, or because obviously like building your own venture can be stressful, and it's not always good days. Sometimes we have bad days, and so we need to alternate and support there. But when we support each other, we're there as a friends. And so I think that's what makes us very special, as well as being very honest and open, because since me and Annabel became very close, we have no issues in telling, like in being fully transparent, and that helps a lot in terms of working together. But in terms of challenging, I think it is sometimes hard to balance it out. For example, yesterday I told Annabel, okay, let's go for a drink, and then we ended up working until midnight.
Oh my gosh!
And so yes, it's true. Like sometimes we need to set more clear boundaries as well. I don't know. Like sometimes I receive texts from Annabel's at 11. Hey, like there's this that you need to do, but whereas I think it would be best if we set clear rules. Like after this time, it's only friends talk and no work talk. But it's Womco became so much like big part of our life, and we love doing what we do. And so sometimes it doesn't feel like actual work, even because we love talking about it, we love keep working on it, and it doesn't feel like working. And I don't know, something
I think the good thing is that also we didn't know each other before starting this adventure together. So it really started immediately about Womco, and we met, as you know, with this incubator that basically matched us together. So we had very different personalities, very different background, different studies, different work experience. We didn't live in the same country, and starting this together. Obviously, as things kind of came along, I decided to move here to be together. And I think it's also because we enjoy each other's presence so much beyond the Womco topic, obviously. But it's a very different friendship than if you have just a friend or just a colleague. It's something that you can't really describe, because everything we do, we see each other every day. It really revolves around the duo we have. And then we had a third person in the beginning, but that person actually is not with us anymore. And now we have a new person who joined our team as a third co-founder. And again, with this person, very different background, different age, different interests. But that's again how it works out so well, is because that person is so different that we can basically use all of these very complementary skills and kind of add that onto our skill set and make things grow, but also confront each other and kind of argue and have stressful days where we cannot agree. But that is making Womco advance to the next step and bring it to new heights. So I think very important thing in an early startup is having the founders being very different for the startup to be able to grow, because if they
also bring different perspective onto the same problem.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think one thing I'm sensing is the amount of trust, especially when you guys how you guys met, like just from that program. I'm just wondering how did you build that trust? How that initial iceberg? How did you feel comfortable? You're like, hey, this is my idea. What do you think? Or how do you go about actually expressing yourself? And if you don't want to go down a certain direction, how would you explain it to your co-founder, basically?
I think both me and Annabel are very honest person, and that's something that it was made very clear since the beginning, since we first met. And so transparency was key in terms of our relationship, and that's how we built the relationship, because we started from the latter point from like going to deeper conversation into more superficial, and so that's how we built that trust. And yeah,
Obviously, it's scary in the beginning because you also have to rely on the other person for different things like doing the work, getting their own responsibilities, and also believing enough that the person will, commit 100% work on this project for, I mean, the next year, the next 2 years. And in the beginning, you're not sure it's going to work out. Today, even, we're not sure it's going to work out the way we want it to work out. So it's always, sometimes a source of stress or anxiety, knowing that you're both completely aligned, on the same page, that you're going to work together for the next, X amount of time to make this happen and make this a success as you envisioned it from day one. But in our case, since we're very close, it's not been a problem. And I know from a lot of other founders that there is a trust issue. And it's hard to manage when you don't know the co-founders so well. And it also happened to us with one of the previous co-founders. So it's just things that happen, and we know we won't have that problem here. So yeah, I guess we're just lucky to have found each other.
Yeah, that's really nice. And I'm just wondering, I understand your dad's an entrepreneur. So did he give you any advice in terms of finding that perfect co-founder?
I think it was your dad or mine. I guess both dad are businessmen.
Okay, I didn't know that. So did your fathers give you guys any advice finding a co-founder? Did they approve? Were you like, yes, this is the perfect co-founder for you?
No, personally, my dad is a solo founder, and he just always pushed me to try out new things and to never settle in a routine and in a position where I would be given orders and try and satisfy someone else. I'd rather try and satisfy myself with creating new things. He's always told me that there is no greater, like I say, satisfaction and achievement sensation than building something of your own. But no, he didn't advise me in the co-founder thing at all, personally.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, same with me.
So you guys just knew. I think it's like love at first sight, basically.
Yeah, literally a match made in heaven by.
Yeah, no, really. We also met each other very soon because we weren't in the same country. But then I came to London and she came to Tel Aviv because I was in Tel Aviv at the time. And like we saw each other every day. Like it was already very synergy.
Yeah, we clicked immediately, as you start dating and you tell yourself, okay.
Going off of that, quick question. So, Anna, you actually moved to London. I don't know if you moved to London for Womco. Like, were you scared? Was this a big risk? Because personally, for me, I would just be like, oh my gosh, I'm literally moving my life for this one thing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, so I was working in Tel Aviv in a very fun job, also something that I'm very passionate about, food tech. But obviously, I was just learning, and as Womco was kind of taking more space, more time during my days, I really wanted to continue, and so I decided, why not move to London? Because it's not that big of a move. Like if you had told me move to Thailand, maybe I would have, I don't know, panicked. But London, I've always wanted to move to London. It's close to home. And then also I'm lucky that my partner lives here. So it was a good decision. But obviously at the beginning I was a bit lost. Like, okay, now I need to find a co-working and work on Womco and find a house. But it's all been very good. Like we have a very established routine. We have some interns and lots of partners all based here helping us, working with us. We meet every day. We have the same office. It's very nice. It's a very, very good situation. And London is very dynamic for everything that is health tech, femtech, startups. It's so dynamic. There's so many events and opportunities for us to meet people and grow. And I think it's the best city one of the best cities to get something started, because you just can't choose from all these opportunities that are there every day. And we've been leveraging that a lot.
And also you want to be somewhere where the environment is very stimulating. And so the startup ecosystem here, it's, as she said, like super dynamic, and we keep on meeting founders, some are in the same space, they keep us motivated and having that perseverance ongoing. So yeah, I mean, I was here before because I started my master here, but after my master, I was also considering, okay, should I stay, should I go? But then it was a good decision to start building our venture here.
Yeah, that's really cool. So I know, because both of you guys have kind of like are well traveled. I think, Micol, you went to New York University, right? Yeah. And then you've been to Israel. Like, do you take...
New York, not New York University. Yeah. I lived in New York. Yeah.
Oh, really? How was that?
Yeah, it was great. Like I'm very grateful by that experience. I always say that living in New York was the best school. Like it taught me a lot in terms of personal growth. And then, after graduating from Columbia University, I moved to London for my master.
Do you think Womco will go international and set up a...
Yes. Yes, we see
we already have plans for
great potential there. Yeah.
Okay, now just a quick break now. I'm just going to start a quick game. And basically, I'm going to show you two pictures. It's going to be 2 rounds of things that you guys have posted on social media, basically. And I want you to guess which caption is on. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. It's all available. I haven't been creepy, don't worry. So I just would like you...
What do we have to guess? The caption.
The caption. What caption matchups with what? So I'm just going to add it to the screen. So the first one, if you could guess the caption, also explain the story behind it for our viewers as well.
Yeah.
So which one's which?
It was the picture on the right. I don't know if my right is your right, but...
Yeah, right, yeah.
You're reading the book.
Correct. That's correct. So what were you doing? So this is kind of a trick, because this is from one of your TikToks, and I was like, I need to find a picture.
Yeah, I was actually in the Canary Island. I spent a few days there to disconnect from London and work remotely there. And so, I filled my day there. I started, I think, by preparing breakfast, checking my emails, went for a run, then worked, I don't remember on what at a time. And then there I was on a little break reading a book about hormonal health. And then, and then I don't know how my day ended. And then I cooked a Womco recipe and went to bed. Started a new day. But it was actually a very good experience, like working remotely somewhere else. And then I'm going to describe the picture on the left as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the beginning, we started Womco with the idea of doing meal kits. And so we literally went and buying ingredients from our MVP clients, and we packed all the ingredients and do them like in proportion size in small little containers, and we measured everything, and then we shipped ourselves those boxes to the clients. Then we quickly realized that the business is not as scalable with operation and capital intensive, and so we decided to move into a digital product.
Oh, I did not know that. That's really fascinating.
That was one of our first MVP.
Oh, okay. Origin story.
That's why there are boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you still have the boxes? What happened to them?
Yeah, we have so many things that we bought at the beginning, like containers, measurement cups. So yeah, if you ever need, we have plenty of.
That's Womco memorabilia. You can like sell this to you guys are valued at $1 billion.
Why not?
I'm gonna go to round 2 now. So guess which one is which.
Yes, so that is the wait. That's the picture where I am standing. I know I'm standing on both. Okay, so the picture on the right, I mean, with the
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
so
Could you
that's
explain the story behind each of them?
of course. So the one on the right, so the one where I have the thing written London Business School. We got the chance to take part in this very nice program organized by London Business School, and so for 2 months we had 4 of their MBA students helping us tackle lots of challenges that we mapped out in the beginning. And so it was a very well structured program because we mapped out these challenges, and then everyone was focusing on one of the sub challenges, running their own kind of like research, focusing on different things. So it was kind of a mini accelerator that we really enjoyed. And there was obviously a beginning and an end pitch. And so this picture is the end pitch where we presented, how we overcame the challenges, what we achieved lately. And at that time, we had achieved a lot because we went from being just more like MVP, like pre-launch to actually having launched the app, having grown users, having a clear plan for the next product with all the user feedback. So that was a great moment, and so it was very nice to get the support from these people. So I did a post to thank them. And the other picture, that's a pitch that I did in front of many people. It's kind of like a competition with many other startups, and then there are many investors that are kind of judging you.
This is when you won.
Yeah, and so we won the best, most investable startup of the night, which was very exciting. And I really, personally, I love to pitch, especially on stage. I love to see how people react from just speaking 3 minutes about the product with the slides. And usually it's very exciting because a lot of people come after and then say how they really relate to what we're doing, especially women. Some men also do come and say how it's very interesting to see how femtech is moving and how nutrition can be applied to different health conditions. So this is always a very nice way for us to show what we're doing, pitching live, and we really enjoy it. And so there were a few events in London where we gave some pitches. Those were 2 of them. But yeah.
And will you be speaking at any other future events so that everyone listening and watching can?
Yeah, no, now it's summer, so now we don't have many. We don't have many events, and to be honest, now we are really, really, really focusing on our product and our technology, and it's very time consuming. So now we've kind of switched to the pitching and kind of the whole pitching and public speaking and so on, to really going more stealth mode and focusing on our product. And so that's going to be the plan over the summer. And then September onwards, it's going to be again going to companies, because now we're selling our product to companies as well for female employee benefits. So it's going to be more of these outreaching and pitching. We do attend many events still, but it's just not events where we pitch. It's more events where we connect with people and we get partnerships going, but we don't really actually pitch. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And just going off of what you just said, like, how were you both so convinced of this idea? Because I understand you only were working on this for only a few weeks. And like, I heard part of the story how you guys met over Zoom and you just were speaking about it, and then you were bonding over the struggles you're having on your menstrual cycle. Like, why were you so strong and passionate in this idea that you carried on after all those weeks and even after until now?
I think the main reason is that, as Annabel said at the beginning, we founded Womco out of personal frustration. So we went towards that journey of navigating with your hormonal imbalances. Like in my case, I suffer from severe PMS since I first got my period, and no one taught me anything, not even how to put a pad, like nothing. And so I really navigated into and there was also a lot of like period shame that added to the period stigma where I grew up. And then I sought advice at 14, and then I went to see a gynecologist, and immediately she told me, okay, you can take this pill. And so I started taking hormonal contraception without even knowing what I was taking. And then I started experience side effects from the pill. And so she suggested me another one. And I literally tried all the type of hormonal contraception available, and no one worked for me till I realized, okay, there must be another way. And I started doing my research, reading books, and I met with this amazing naturopath that really changed my lifestyle. And then when I met with Annabel, I realized, oh, actually, it's not just me. Like she went towards a similar journey, and so we started digging much more. And like the statistics are crazy. Like 85% of women suffer from hormonal imbalances, and through conducting our own surveys, we realized that many of them would be open to change their approach to find a solution, a more natural approach, because 50% of women still rely on painkiller just to manage their symptoms. And I think that was the main moment when we realized, after conducting surveys, market research, that there is a need, and the market is still very fragmented, and there isn't an actual end-to-end solution. And so I think from that moment we decided, okay, this is our personal mission, because we personally experienced it, and now we want to bring an effective solution to all women. And as Annabel touched at the beginning, we don't only want to support menstrual health, we want to support women at all of their reproductive health life. And so our plan is also to work in including nutrition for pregnancy, women trying to conceive, which is another huge topic that no one really talks about it, women in perimenopause, women in menopause. And so really being that tool for all kinds of women. And so when you asked about expansion, yes, sure. Like, we don't want to help women just in the UK. We want to help women everywhere. And so, yeah, I hope I answered.
Yeah, I think the last thing is that why we believe so much in this idea is because there is a lot of research out there showing how hormones and food are very connected, and how specific nutrients have been shown to support specific symptoms. There is a lot of evidence out there about this. It's just that these studies are not really exploited, and they're also fragmented. They're from different countries, based on different women, different ethnicities, different sample sizes, different symptoms. So we're trying to collect all of this and obviously make this space advance as a whole. And ourselves, we're trying to initiate research collaboration and studies with academia, with researchers, and really kind of use this data that we will be able to get on drawing new connections between nutrition and hormones and new evidence. And it's already, been a year, and we can really tell that there is more and more awareness around that space, more women doing cycle syncing, caring about nutrition, and more women realizing that the food you put inside your body is not just food. It's really going to affect many other things. And what you eat is really, helping you feel better or like support these symptoms.
Yeah. Like, nutrition is one of the main pillar for good health. And but yeah, there's so much more that needs to be done in this space in terms of research as well. Like, there's still a big gap, but I think now there's been a shift towards at least realizing that there should be more female-centric studies. And so we also want to be pioneer in that space by conducting our own studies, and also with data collected. We, as she said, like, maybe we can find out more stuff, because there's so much more that still we don't know about our own bodies, and it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. And I was on the Womco app, and I was just wondering, I think I know you have a nutritionist on board. Like, how do you guys, how does she come up with those food ideas? And do you guys have any input in that? Because I want to hear from that, because I know, Anna, you have a background in food tech. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear from that.
So we have many nutritionists actually that partner with us. We have different kinds of experts, dietitians, nutritional therapists, naturopath, gynecologists, and they all have some, let's say, expertise in this area. So through their own practice, through their own patients, through their own research they've done or consultations they've had, they have a lot of knowledge about what kind of food works for what kind of symptoms, what kind of, for example, patients they've had trying to conceive, and based on this diet, they've seen that the person was able to conceive after years of trying with different methods. So they have all of this knowledge that is very valuable that they share with us. And then obviously in the very basic app that we have right now, that is the one you're using, it's very limited to only a few recipes, but we're now really working on a much stronger database that has more evidence, that has more recommended types of nutrients, and from these nutrients a very detailed explanation of why these nutrients are helping X or Y symptoms. And then for other categories, like for example women that have chronic conditions like endometriosis, PCOS, these are not they cannot be cured through nutrition, they cannot be cured, but they can still be managed. So we're trying to provide nutrition tips that are aligned with the latest research in these spaces. So the diet that you should try and adopt if you have PCOS to manage your symptoms, or same for endometriosis. And so obviously we're not saying that the woman will wake up not feeling any pain or not feeling any endometriosis, because it's a very painful condition. We're just trying to bring all of the knowledge we can so that it's easier to manage and maybe the symptoms decrease over time. And we've heard from people and many women that actually it works. Some women are very involved when it comes to diet to manage endometriosis, and they've had very, very significant improvements. So these nutritionists, these partners, they really help us to shape the database, so the backend, the things you guys want to see, and all of that then goes into the app and becomes these recipes, these recommended foods. Now we have a lot of education content as well. Now we're also accounting for different contraception methods. So if you are on a pill or the combined pill or the mini pill, your cycle is different. And then, for example, if you're on the pill, there are some nutrition deficiencies you might have. So that's also why we're introducing nutrition testing. And from these tests, we can spot if you have iron deficiency or magnesium deficiency. And then if you're vegetarian, we might supplement you with some plant-based source of iron. So we really try and account for anything you might take or have to respect in terms of your diet, and have the appropriate foods that can support your specific health goals and your specific symptoms based on these partners' expertise and the research that is out there. And obviously it's a research in progress. So there is no one size fits all, black and white, you have to eat this and this and this for PCOS. It's more about change this, try this, and let's see how it goes. And based on the symptoms evolution, we hope to make a model that can also learn by itself from the user individual case and recommend different things based on the user's symptoms and the evolution, and really have very personalized content that most other apps today don't. So yeah, that's how we're working with these people right now.
Okay, that sounds really exciting. And just to go on with that, now I'm more interested into hearing how you plan on serving more people and also expanding. I understand that you guys are going to start doing, I think, biomarkers and blood tests. So I'm just wondering how that's going to go about, and when do you plan on seeing the whole result at the end?
Mm-hmm. So we're working on upgrading the product and really bringing it to the next level. So right now, the app that you're using, it's basic in the sense that it provides a personalization just catering to your menstrual cycle, your phases, your nutritional preferences, and your symptoms. But right now, we're upgrading the model and also including women that are on contraception, as she said, and also the different type of contraception. And then we're catering for women who are who are in perimenopause, and so we have specific tests for them, or women that are trying to conceive. And so we're working on upgrading that model. And in terms of tests, how it would work is that there's going to be an initial assessment with our team, which is going to be a 15-minute call, and based on that call, the doctor would make the specific hormone and nutrition test kit. So it's not going to be one hormone test kit for everyone, but it's really going to be dependent on the person, the specific symptoms history, and what she's trying to achieve and find out about her body. And so then the hormone and nutrition test kit get created that is very bespoke to the person. It gets delivered at home. It's a finger prick test, and then after 2 days, she's going to be able to view the results on the app. But those results are not just going to be like a report, but they're going to be detailed explained in a second call, and also on that call with the dietitian, they will discuss like detailed action plan and feedback and what things she would need to address in order to reach her health goal. And then all of this data get fed back into the app, and so the app will provide more personalized nutrition plan based on the health biomarkers that are checked. And also like the wellness education tips would be updated as well.
That's really cool. Final question: where can people find you? What can we do to like support what you guys are doing?
Thank you. So the new product will be available very soon, hopefully around September. And in the meantime, the users, anyone can just use the current app to get acquainted with what we're doing. And follow us on Instagram. We post a lot of education content around everything that is women's health, hormones, and nutrition. We post a lot of recipes, reels, and so on for women to get some ideas of what to cook based on their phase or symptoms. And we can also start with some consultations if they need before the new product is launched, because we have a big network of dietitians who are happily consulting with women that need some support. So just on the Instagram, there is basically everything you need. And then
LinkedIn
you can also follow us on LinkedIn for the more business updates on when we launch. And we also post some articles about how alarming for example, statistics are that show how women suffer from hormonal health issues in the workplace, and also how we're going to companies to have Womco as a female employee benefits, trying to give the employees more empowerment, championing them in the workplace, helping them thrive, and also helping them be more performing and avoid taking days off if they have symptoms. So everything business and kind of partnerships and stuff is on LinkedIn, and otherwise the whole education about what we do is on Instagram. So feel free to follow us there and download the app in the meantime before the new product is out.
Yeah, and also for any concerns, question, you can reach out to our email. We're there to answer any type of.
Thank you for watching the Prototype podcast, where we help you turn your ideas into reality. Please subscribe below.